Welcome to the latest climate podcast. Here are today's top climate news stories. In the United States, Congressman Chuck Fleischmann from Tennessee made headlines for his timely investment in uranium stocks, which surged by 40% shortly after he bought shares. This investment, made while he served on 6 energy committees and co-chaired the Advanced Nuclear Caucus, has sparked concerns about potential conflicts of interest. The rising demand for nuclear energy has contributed to the increase in uranium prices. As a result, there are growing calls for a ban on congressional stock trading, with notable support from leaders like Senator Elizabeth Warren and Representative Nancy Pelosi.
South Korea and Vietnam are enhancing their partnership during a 4-day state visit by Vietnamese President To Lam, hosted by South Korean President Lee Jae-myung. This visit is significant as it focuses on boosting cooperation in trade, investment, and nuclear energy. The leaders will discuss strategic topics like regional security, high-speed train projects, and infrastructure developments. Additionally, Gay will explore the construction of LNG power plants and the expansion of South Korean companies in Vietnam. These efforts are vital for strengthening economic ties and navigating the challenges posed by global trade tensions.
Cadillac is making its debut in Australia with the 2025 Cadillac Optiq, an exciting entry into the luxury electric vehicle market. Set to launch in 2026, the Optiq will be the brand's affordable electric SUV option, featuring impressive design elements and a comfortable interior. With a spacious cabin, advanced technology like a 33-inch curved display, and Google integration for smart routing, it promises a modern driving experience. Although the Optiq faces competition from established brands, its unique style and comfort make it a strong contender in the growing electric vehicle landscape. Overall, the Optiq is a thrilling addition to Cadillac's lineup.
Australia is excited about the launch of the 2025 Chery Tiggo 8 Super Hybrid, a 7-seat plug-in hybrid SUV. This vehicle features a powerful 1.5-liter turbocharged engine combined with an electric motor and an 18.3 kilowatt-hour battery, offering impressive efficiency and a smooth driving experience. With a modern interior highlighted by a large touchscreen and advanced technology, the Tiggo 8 stands out among its competitors. Priced starting at $45,990, it's the most affordable 7-seat hybrid in Australia. The Tiggo 8 promises a comfortable ride, making it a fantastic choice for families looking for eco-friendly options.
Nauru, a small Pacific nation, has launched an innovative climate resilience citizenship program by selling passports for US $105,000 each to fund climate action. Although only 6 applications have been approved so far, President David Adiyang remains optimistic about the program's potential to raise over $5 million in its first year. The initiative aims to help secure a sustainable future for Nauru, which faces significant challenges from rising sea levels and environmental degradation. With plans to attract more applicants, Nauru hopes this program will significantly contribute to its government revenue and support its climate efforts.
Scientists in Ireland and around the world are exploring solar geoengineering as a potential solution to climate change. This approach aims to reflect sunlight back into space to cool the Earth, with techniques like stratospheric aerosol injection and marine cloud brightening showing promise. However, experts emphasize that these methods should complement, not replace, efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. In Ireland, researchers are also investigating enhanced weathering, which involves using ground rocks to absorb carbon dioxide, and direct air capture technology to remove CO2 from the atmosphere. With the right policies, Ireland could lead in these innovative climate solutions.
Ireland is facing challenges with hydrotreated vegetable oil (HVO), which is being promoted as a low-carbon alternative to fossil fuels. However, a study reveals that emissions from palm oil biodiesel, a key ingredient in HVO, can be 3 times higher than those from fossil diesel due to deforestation. While HVO seems like an easy fix for reducing carbon emissions, it may actually worsen climate change. Experts emphasize the need for genuine solutions, such as electrification and energy efficiency, rather than relying on misleading biofuels. Awareness is growing, and regulatory steps are being taken to address these concerns.
The United Kingdom faces a growing threat to its food security due to climate change, particularly as extreme weather in countries like Pakistan displaces farmers. Experts warn that the UK imports £3 billion worth of food from nations with high internal displacement, including rice from Pakistan, which saw a significant price increase after devastating floods, with 40% of the UK's food coming from abroad. The need for climate finance to support affected farmers is crucial. As climate change continues to drive extreme weather, the challenges to food security and agricultural livelihoods are likely to worsen unless net zero emissions are achieved.
Northern Ireland is facing challenges with its climate legislation as Sinn Féin's infrastructure minister, Liz Kimmins, appeals a ruling against the A5 dual carriageway project. The High Court found the project did not meet emission reduction targets set by the 2022 Climate Change Act. Despite the project's potential benefits for safety and regional connectivity, compliance with climate laws remains a hurdle. Other regions like Wales and Scotland have adapted their approaches to similar issues, suggesting flexibility is possible. Sinn Féin's reluctance to amend the legislation raises questions about its commitment to both climate goals and local infrastructure needs.
Thailand is making strides in climate finance, with the Asian Development Bank reporting that the country mobilized an impressive 1.6 trillion Thai baht, approximately $47.1 billion for climate mitigation from 2018 to 2024. However, the funding is unevenly distributed, heavily favoring the energy and transport sectors, while adaptation efforts remain critically underfunded. To meet its long-term climate goals, Thailand needs to raise between $22 billion and $28 billion annually starting in 2030. The Asian Development Bank recommends reforms, including improved governance, expanded green capital markets, and enhanced transparency, to bridge the significant investment gap and ensure a sustainable future for the nation.
A report from the Food and Agriculture Organization, United Nations Development Program, and World Business Council for Sustainable Development emphasizes how agri-food businesses can create resilient, low-carbon supply chains globally. Supported by the German Federal Ministry for the Environment, it highlights the importance of aligning corporate climate efforts with national climate goals, especially in developing countries. The report outlines a 4-step framework for companies, focusing on management commitment, adaptation strategies, emission reduction, and transparent reporting. By actively collaborating with farmers and governments, agri-food firms can enhance resilience, reduce risks, and unlock new market opportunities, paving the way for a sustainable and prosperous future.
The World Bank is leading an exciting initiative in Zambia to combat climate change through Emission Reductions Purchase Agreements, or ERPAs. These agreements help countries earn money by reducing emissions via activities like forest conservation and sustainable agriculture. In Zambia's eastern province, the program could generate up to $30 million for local communities through verified carbon credits. The process ensures transparency and fairness, with a significant portion of revenue going back to local people. Additionally, a risk buffer protects against potential setbacks, making this approach both innovative and resilient in the fight against climate change.
The Philippines is making exciting strides in renewable energy with the launch of its largest floating solar facility on Laguna Lake. On July 22, 2025, a supply agreement was signed involving key companies like Sun Asia Energy and Tyson Industrial Corp. This project will produce 75,000 solar floaters, supporting an initial 50-megawatt rollout from a new green factory. The initiative, backed by the Board of Investments, aims to boost renewable energy capacity, create jobs, and enhance local manufacturing. Department of Energy Secretary Sharon Guerin praised this collaboration as a model for sustainable industrial growth, marking a significant step toward a cleaner energy future.
India is firmly defending its energy security by continuing to import discounted Russian oil, despite pressure from the United States and the European Union. As tensions rise with Pakistan, Indian officials emphasize that these imports are crucial for maintaining affordable energy and economic stability. India's Ministry of External Affairs has highlighted the hypocrisy of Western nations, which have also engaged with Russia, while criticizing India's actions. With energy demand growing, India is committed to balancing its relationships with Russia, the US, and Europe, ensuring its national interests remain a priority as it invests in renewable energy for the future.
Southern Europe faces significant water insecurity without urgent governance reforms, according to a new study published in Sustainability. It highlights that Nordic countries, like Denmark and Sweden, excel in water management due to strong regulations and public involvement. In contrast, Southern European nations such as Portugal, Spain, Italy, and Greece struggle with fragmented systems and inadequate enforcement. The research suggests that Southern Europe can improve by establishing independent regulatory bodies, enhancing river basin coordination, and integrating climate adaptation into water policies. By prioritizing equity and citizen participation, these countries can work towards a more sustainable and resilient water governance framework.
In Pakistan, recent monsoon floods have tragically resulted in over 300 deaths and significant destruction, worsened by climate change, according to a new study. The research reveals that heavy rainfall was 10 to 15% more intense due to human-caused climate change. Many homes collapsed, leaving families like Saqib Hassan's devastated. Climate experts emphasize the urgency of transitioning to renewable energy to combat these extreme weather events. Despite Pakistan contributing minimally to global emissions, it suffers disproportionately from climate impacts. Improved infrastructure and flood-resilient housing are essential for protecting vulnerable communities in the future.
Negros Occidental, Philippines is celebrating the approval of Aboitiz Renewables Incorporated's new solar power plant, the largest in the Visayas. This 173-megawatt facility in Calatrava will boost the country's renewable energy capacity, supporting efforts to reduce reliance on fossil fuels. The project aligns with government goals to attract private investment in clean energy. Local environmental group Negrosanon Initiative for Climate Change welcomed the development, highlighting its potential for economic growth. However, concerns about land use and agriculture remain, prompting calls for a balanced approach to solar expansion and food security in the region. 2.
The Philippines is encouraged to develop a long-term energy plan to enhance its power sector, according to global energy expert Naomi Hiroshi. He emphasizes that transitioning to sustainable energy takes time, often requiring 20 to 30 years. Hiroshi suggests that the country should focus on decentralized power systems using solar panels and batteries to improve energy access, especially on its islands. He highlights the importance of balancing energy security, affordability, and environmental sustainability while also considering industrial competitiveness. Currently, the Philippines scores 56.9 out of 100 on the World Energy Trilemma Index, showing room for improvement in energy equity. Uttarkashi, India, is facing alarming climate challenges as experts warn that rising temperatures and changing weather patterns are increasing the frequency of disasters in the Himalayas. Flash floods recently struck Dharauli village, highlighting the dangers of extreme weather events fueled by global warming. Scientists note that glaciers are melting, creating unstable conditions and more glacial lakes, which can lead to devastating floods. With temperatures rising faster in mountainous areas, the fragile ecosystem is under threat. Climate activists call for urgent action to halt reckless construction and protect these vulnerable regions from further disasters. July 2023 was Earth's third hottest July ever recorded, with Turkey experiencing a record temperature of 50.5 degrees Celsius, 122.9 degrees Fahrenheit. According to the European Union's Copernicus Climate Change Service, the global average temperature was 16.68 degrees Celsius, which is 0.45 degrees above the average from 1991 to 2020. While this July was cooler than the hottest July in 2021, the effects of climate change remain evident, with extreme heat and catastrophic floods reported. Scientists emphasize the need for urgent action to reduce carbon dioxide emissions, to combat rising temperatures and extreme weather events. For more climate news, make sure to download the Change Your Climate app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Please note, these stories were AI-generated from real news sources, which isn't always perfect. If you have any concerns or questions about the news contained in this podcast, please reach out to us. Thank you and see you tomorrow.